Breaking news tonight, folks. A new video sensation has hit the internet in past weeks. Titrations in Chem class has produced millions of hits, educating the people about a phenomenon called strong acid, weak base titrations. Today we've decided to bring in an expert to evaluate the validity of the video and tell us a little bit more about the acid-base titrations. Please welcome Dr. Ionu.
Thank you very much for having me today.
The pleasure is all mine. So, what does this video consist of that allows it to be so educational for everyone?
Well, this video demonstrates the technique of a strong acid and weak base titration. It goes into detail about what a strong acid and a weak base is, as well as what a titration is. Not only does it do that, but it also talks about the properties of the titration curve and the endpoint of the well-executed titration that they also demonstrate in video format.
Sounds great, Doctor, but what are these things exactly?
Well, we all know that a strong acid is an acid that completely dissociates to produce an H+ ion and its conjugate base. A weak base, on the other hand, does not completely dissociate and produces OH ions only to a slight extent. Now that we know these facts, a titration is a technique in which one solution, such as a base, analyzes another solution, such as an acid, to determine the pH of said acid. The great thing about this video is that it touches upon what makes this type of titration different from a strong acid, strong base titration, and that at its endpoint, the solution will have more base than acid in it, and at its equivalence point, the solution will not yet be at a neutral pH.
Well, Doctor, what the heck is an equivalence point?
Oh, my mistake. The equivalence point, or stoichiometric point, is when you have equal amounts of the acid and base present in your titration. This is when the titration graph is at its steepest point. However, that doesn't mean it is at a neutral state. With a strong acid and weak base, the pH is still lower than 7, showing acidity. The endpoint of this titration, or when the indicator turns a different color showing the pH at neutral, it is still after the equivalence point and consists of more base than acid.
Well, thank you so much for your insight today, and how about we watch this video?
We're going to titrate to one song and one song only. Titrate so hard, all those chemists want to find me. First, those guys gotta find me. What's titration to a scientist like me? Can you please remind me? Strong acid and a weak base. Titrate from a lower pH, below 7 until equal amounts of H+ and OH.
Weak base, strong acid, that base is passive because we need more base and acid to hit that endpoint indicator acid. Indicators, I'm liable to ask Mitchell. Take a pick, bromo, phenol, nitro, what fits?
Drop so hard that base gonna titrate, release from your gate. Equivalence points, pH is low, titration curve, climax, weak base, hydrolyzing. It forms conjugate acid too. If you don't know how to do titrations now, you'd be embarrassed to be an AP Chem 2. Titrate so hard my day is wasted. Acid base, titration, sulfuric, nitric, neutralize my weak base. That endpoint just might mean neutral pH. Dropping that weak base seems like it takes all day.
Stoichiometric point. Less than 7. Less than 7. That chem cray. Stoichiometric point. Less than 7. Less than 7. That chem cray. Maddie said, can we do titrations in the hall? No, that ain't proper lab protocol. Don't run cause you sure might fall. Doing titrations, you're sure to have a ball. Titrate so hard, that chem cray. Ain't it, Kay?
Work so hard when we titrating all day. Chem so hard your base ain't strong. This acid is. Act like you never do another titration again. pH low for a strong acid, determined by H+. Yeah, excuse my chem, but I'm in chem class. I'm just saying.
Equivalence point determined by H+. If you ask me, I'm producing a salt and conjugate acid. pH is acidic, buffer at the beginning. Curve getting less steeper, weak base forming that acid. Doctors say I'm in the illest cause I'm pro at titrations. Got titrations in chem class, and they go in gorillas, huh?
I don't even know what that means.
Nobody knows what it means. It's titrations. It's provocative.
Huh? No, it's not.
It gets the people going.
Stoichiometric point. Less than 7. Less than 7. That chem cray. Stoichiometric point. Less than 7. Less than 7. That chem crack.